we suddenly have live in Los Angeles, it's The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Fireworks a couple of days early today. Joy Taylor is joining me. Cameron Johnson of the Phoenix Suns stops by in an hour. A team we love on this show. Wow, Joy, there's a bunch of stuff today.
There's a lot going on. People are feisty this morning. Everybody's got opinions about everything.
I know, it's crazy opinions. Who needs them? All right, let's just start with this. According to Kevin O'Connor at The Ringer, he's on our show in a couple hours. The Miami Heat, Pat Riley, he's like Nick Saban in the NBA. He's a recruiter. And the Dallas Mavericks and Mark Cuban are going to make a hard push for Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi is going to be a free agent. Now, remember, first of all, Kawhi called Jimmy Butler before he called Paul George. That's a fact. He was interested first in playing with Jimmy Butler. He thought Jimmy was a better player than Paul George. Probably is barely. All right, let's think about this for a second. And I'm going to throw this out because I think it's something. Kawhi Leonard's unique. Miami and Dallas have no state tax. LA's got 13%. Now, that is something with Kawhi. Here's why. Kawhi makes $34 million a year. If he stayed with the Clippers the next 3 years, instead of Dallas or Miami, he'd lose $13.5 million. If he stayed for 4, he'd lose $18 million. Why does that matter so much with Kawhi? Because unlike Steph or LeBron, California doesn't matter for those guys. They have huge shoe deals. They have big social media deals. Kawhi doesn't. He's not a big personality. He doesn't make anything on social media. He's not a big personality. He doesn't drive shoe sales. So a lot of pro athletes come to California. They've already made all their money, or they can drive shoe deals. They can drive social media deals. LeBron's got his uninterrupted. He's not worried about it. Kawhi's different. That's the first thing. He needs that NBA money. Secondly, he is super frugal, legendarily frugal. True stories. When he signed a deal with the Spurs and made $94 million, he was driving a 20-year-old SUV. When asked about it, he said, it runs and it's paid off. He then had a deal with GameStop, which is a Wingstop. It's a chicken wing chain, Wingstop. He got some money for it. They gave him coupons. According to an article in Sports Illustrated, he panicked when he lost his coupons for free chicken wings. That's who he is. That's his personality. I know people like that. He's frugal. So with a lot of athletes, like a Steph and LeBron, California is where they need to be. Like, that's where they need to be. It doesn't matter. You got shoe money. They're making so much money. LeBron needed to be in Los Angeles. The taxes don't matter as much to LeBron because he's not going to get these opportunities and these cozy deals and this television network. It's in his backyard. Like, it makes sense for LeBron to be here. Forget, Ohio's cheaper. Exactly. There's a reason, right? But in Kawhi's case, he's not a TV production guy. Not going to make any money on that. He's not a social media star. He's not driving major shoe dollars. His money is NBA money. 4 years, he'd lose $18 million in California. Here's another thing to think about. Health. Kawhi doesn't have 10 years left. Hell, I'm not sure if he's got 4 years left. So Kawhi's not a guy like LeBron who was an Iron Man for 18 years until he had a minor injury. Kawhi's been hurt third year in the league. These rumors are now being confirmed. Miami, Dallas coming after him. And I think Dallas fits way better. First of all, Luka is a lot better than Jimmy Butler, and I like Jimmy Butler. But Luka is 10 years younger and better than Jimmy Butler. Also, because Dallas is only a 3-hour flight from California, you get taxed for where you make your money. So he'd be in Dallas, but he could still be close enough to keep his fam all in the mansion in California that he just bought. You can have the house here. You know Kawhi, Toronto. He'll live in a condo. He doesn't care. He's a loner anyway. So Luka's also, if he goes to Dallas, he no longer has to guard Luka, who's the biggest nightmare for any great defender. Anytime Luka and Kawhi play now, hey, Kawhi, you got to guard Luka. Wouldn't have to anymore. It's also perfect for Dallas. What does Dallas need? a 2. I said Porzingis is a great 3. He's a weak 2. Now Porzingis is your 3. Luka, Kawhi, Porzingis, Hardaway, that's a championship team. That is an NBA championship team. And by the way, Dallas has cap space. Miami doesn't. That makes a ton of sense. Don't kid yourself on the state tax thing. California taxes for Hollywood stars and for big business people, yeah, it's expensive, but there's so much business here that you can make an argument for LeBron. He wouldn't have these TV network opportunities if he's in Ohio. He didn't have them before. Why suddenly now you have 8 of them? Because people want to work with him. It's cool to work with LeBron in Southern California. You move here, he was told, all the billionaires line up, and they did. But Kawhi's not that kind of personality. There's no advantage for him here. Dallas, 3-hour flight away, family can still stay here. I think this makes a ton of sense. Also, and this needs to be considered as well, he can hide in Dallas. Dallas, a football town. The Cowboys run the city. Now, some players may be turned off by that. They want to go to an NBA city, the Lakers, but Dallas, a football city. That's a football town. I think Kawhi loves that. Also, he doesn't want to deal with some of the responsibilities of a 1 and the media and the glare. Luka's already got that. Luka is going to be the star of this franchise for the next 15 years. So Kawhi can hide. Kawhi can let him deal with all the media stuff. And by the way, you got an owner who talks. You got Luka who talks. So Kawhi can just kind of move to the back and be great. Makes a ton of sense to me. And by the way, the Clippers would be fine. Clippers roster is good. They'd find somebody else. Hell, the Clippers gave the Suns all they could handle without him. All right, here's another one. I should save it for next segment. And this is how much we have today. Damian Lillard and LeBron hung out yesterday. WNBA game. They made a point of going public. I just want to give you something to think about. You're driving somewhere in America today. You're watching me. Anthony Davis missed as many games this year as Damian Lillard has in his career. And it's getting worse. Okay, it solves 2 issues. Because in order for Portland to think about a trade, they'd have to get something big back. Anthony Davis is pretty big. Anthony Davis is a great player. But the Lakers have a couple of dilemmas here. Frank Vogel loves bigs. Anthony Davis doesn't want to be a big. He had his lowest year in rebounds, his lowest career in block shots. He's becoming